Hi, it's Shireen, and I'm going to share with you how I do my bunny litter pans. It's not a how-to, it's just how I do it. You take what you want from it, okay? So I've already tested this out, and I was thinking, we throw these bags away all the time. We might as well repurpose them. And anyways, a lot of the litter that you throw away ends up in a plastic bag, so there's no real way to just, no way to get around that unless you live on a farm or you have a backyard garden and you can just dump everything lock, stock, and barrel into a composting pile or a bin or a garden bed, which is ideal actually. So what you want to do is just cut off the seams at the bottom, make sure it's totally open. It's going to be one flat sheet, and just go ahead and follow the line here at the top and just make a straight cut across to get those handles off. You can even fold it in half to make it faster. It's easy to do if you don't open it up like this, but I did that just for demonstration purposes. Slow morning for me, speech-wise. Okay. All right. So what you have is one continuous sheet, and if you cut it exactly in half, it is just enough material to serve as like a little collection membrane at the bottom. You're not going to pee-proof this thing. At some point, you're going to have to touch poo and pee. I'm sorry. You're just going to have to, okay? So, cut it into 2 pieces. Same size, same length. It'll work, trust me, okay? And I've already got some cut already. I just wanted to show you my process here. So you have 2 same size plastic barriers. That's all you really want. You want a plastic barrier. And then what you're going to do, let me just adjust my angle here. You don't need to see my face, is you're going to make a barrier at the bottom of your litter pan. Assuming it's all cleaned out and it's just stained, because it'll get stained. You're only going to keep it pretty for so long. Let me just break the news to you. So you got your plastic barrier in the bottom, which is going to serve as your little collection membrane. You're just going to pick it up by the corners and toss it out. If you don't have a garden or a composting pile, the first thing you want to put down is baking soda. So I've got my bag here, and bunnies, as a rule, tend to pee around corners and borders. They're territorial. They mark territory, and a territory is demarcated by some sort of border. So you always want to think in terms of the border of things. So I bought a huge bag of this from Costco because it's the cheapest and it goes down pretty fast, but this stuff works. It cuts the odor down so much that I'm a little embarrassed to say that if I have to let the pans go for about 3 or 4 days, I will. It's not necessary for you to change it every day. You can. You can go for the gold. You can spoil your bunnies, or you can just scoop off the top layer of hay and it'll last longer. But this really keeps the smell down. So I focus more heavily on the borders, as you can see, and then I just give it a light coating, or dusting, I should say, in the middle. It's not necessary to put so much in the middle. Your absorbent material is going to get some of it, but most of it they're going to pee honestly directly at the corners or on the borders. So you just need to cover those areas. And yeah, I'm not putting a whole lot. Like, I say this is no more than like 1/8 of a cup, maybe 1/4 cup. Not as much as 1/2 cup. Save it, because you're going to, if you're doing multiple pans like me and you have multiple bunnies, this stuff adds up real fast. If you only have one bunny, go to town. Put as much as you like, okay? So when you've done that, then you get your, what I call hay crumbs. It's the collection of all the powdery, tiny little bits of hay at the bottom of your hay bag. They go to absolute waste. But if you just put hay crumbs and you don't put the baking soda, it tends to degrade and decompose. And like anything else that degrades and decomposes, it smells. So to keep the odor down, you want to put the baking soda there. And so the same thing with the baking soda. When you layer your bedding material, or your litter pan bedding material, you want to concentrate more on the corners and the borders, because that's where they're going to pee. And sometimes, like me, you'll forget the orientation of the box. So you might flip the box around and forget which side you put a little bit more on. Just put it evenly around the borders of the litter pans. Yeah, and it especially emphasize the corners. The corners is definitely, bunnies love corners. It's just a thing. It's their thing. So you don't have to put a whole lot. And you have to remember, you don't want to put so much that it's going to come up past the grill, because then it's going to just push all the moisture up back to their feet. And the whole point of the grill is to get the moisture away from their feet. But you also want enough litter material, I should say, to cover up the plastic, because what you don't want them to do is to start chewing up and digging up that plastic. So yeah, make sure you get the plastic hidden, or just not in their knowledge or awareness arena. Yeah, just make it so that they don't know it's there and they won't dig for it. Okay, so you just hide it. Yeah, hide it like that, and then put your grill in, test it out. They can go, they usually don't dig things up on the corners here. They're pretty good about it if you keep it clean, like you clean it frequently enough. Anybody who's unhappy with any litter pan will start digging at it and destroying any pee pad, any floor covering. If they're not happy with it, they'll start destroying it. But obviously here, there's a little bit of plastic that's showing, so you really want to get that. You want to get that covered. And yeah, it's okay if it comes up a little bit. Like I said, you just want to keep things away from their feet. Keep their feet dry. And yeah, this will soak up quite a bit for like I said, ideally I would change their litter pans out more frequently, but there's only one of me, so it ends up being a every 3-day kind of thing. If I'm really on top of things, every other day. But then you would use, you know, less bedding material, and that's up to you. Okay, so this is the finished litter pan. Just to show you the dimensions of this litter pan, I will have links for this specific pairing. I had to search high and low for the right size grill and the right size pan. It's not always that simple or easy to do, so I hope this vendor doesn't run out, or maybe they'll give me more kickbacks for selling them out. I don't know. Anyhow, that is a nice litter pan. So when you clean it, you're going to just use gloves, please, if you have gloves, and if you don't, well, you're going to get your hands dirty. And what you want to do is get a terry cloth to scrub down this, and just use a spray of dilute vinegar and just spray it down, wipe it down. Then you're going to pick up everything by the corners, like I said, and it's going to be very easy for you to throw out that dirty litter. You're also going to have to scoop up the litter on the top with your gloved hand. That's why I say to use gloves. Otherwise, you know, I have used my bare hands in the past, and it's not a big deal. Okay. All right. Good luck to you. It will smell a lot less nasty, and your bunnies will love you for it. Bye.